Hey guys, welcome back to Front Wing Damage, FWD. This episode will be brought to you by Aditya Swaminathan and Siddharth Atmaram.
Well, we're back. And it's not going to be any different. I'm sure that the outcome of this race, it's basically a playback of what's been happening in the past few races. So, no different. So, you can click off now if you want to, because it's the same old Ferrari nonsense. It's the same Verstappen winning from the back of the grid. It's the same old Alpine coming doing decent. It's the same old Ricciardo doing shit. It's the same old Haas showing very underrated performances. Um, it's the same old Alfa Romeo doing really shit. It's the same old Williams doing.
And
No,
Aston,
it's not the same old
Aston
Williams.
being a goat. Albon did decent. Albon did decent,
That's
but
right.
then
It's not the same old
a
Albon.
few times already. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So
there's no real variety in terms of performances. At this point, we're running out of content. But the off-track content was simply
is what is exciting.
superb. It was simply superb through the summer break. I'm pretty sure everyone already knows the whole story by now. Vettel announces his retirement, which breaks like everyone's hearts. Still not recovering, but I mean, we can never fully recover, can we? Secondly, then Alonso has been announced to replace him at Aston.
And what? In less than 2 hours.
Yeah. What? No.
Apparently, no. Apparently, Alonso signed the Aston Martin contract papers 2 hours after Vettel announced his retirement.
Yeah, I mean, they moved on quick. Like Aston's in the whole phase. but yeah, I mean, for me it was a shock because I expected Alonso to retire at Alpine, like maybe one more season at Alpine, but he's going after the big bucks that Lawrence Stroll has to offer. And yeah, I think let's start off by talking about Alonso at Aston. How is he going to perform in that car? Because looking at the state of the car right now, it's like a bloody boat. Okay, it's a yacht basically.
It's understeering out of nowhere. It oversteers out of absolutely nowhere. It's very slow on the straight line. The tire degradation is not bad, but it's not ideal. The brakes don't feel great. The downforce of the car isn't perfect.
Yeah, on the straights, it's just really slow even compared to McLaren.
I mean, listen, on the Camel Straight during Q1, Vettel did 327 kilometers per hour with DRS without tow. Perez did 342 kilometers per hour with DRS without tow.
So that's 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers an hour. Imagine you're riding a scooter or a car going 20 kilometers an hour and you hit someone. That's still a pretty hard impact. So you can imagine what a difference 20 kilometers an hour makes for lap time and all that. I mean, Alonso historically has like the bit of understeer in his cars. He won his 2 championships with understeering cars.
True.
But they weren't both. Like
no. This understeer is different.
Yeah.
This understeer is the car doesn't turn. You have to put brake hakbeko. You can't go. See, what Alonso used to do is he used to induce
understeer
grip into his tires. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He used to understeer purposely by going very aggressively on his steering input. So that is different. This car is just shit.
Yeah.
So this is different.
and the understeer induced by Alonso in the 2005-2006 seasons was because of the tires back then and the regulations. So you could really load the tires really quickly and build up that grip rapidly instead of holding it conventionally. But I mean, the tires nowadays need to be treated with care and like they need to be caressed almost. But I think Alonso will struggle. Like I don't know what he's done. I think he's just there for the money. He knows that he's got only a season left tops. And another thing I feel is Alonso's really taking up a seat. He's doing superbly. I'll tell you that. But then when are we gonna see?
Exactly. Let's be honest. As pessimistic as I may sound, he's going to retire as a 2-time world champion. He's not going to get a third. He's never going to get a third.
Yeah,
unless Christian Horner meets Alonso in some nice weed party or some alcohol party, and then Alonso somehow convinced, boss, I need a seat, and somehow gets a Red Bull or a Ferrari or Merc seat. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So he's basically driving for fun now.
Yeah.
He's just literally basically driving for fun. And let's take certain drivers who drove for fun for a few years and have retired. Vettel, Raikkonen, Coulthard just drove for fun for a couple of years in a very shit team. Realized that
Yeah.
it was not for them driving in the back. And
I
retired.
don't think fun is the right word. Maybe, had different expectations.
Driving, no,
They
what is, no,
realized-
no. I mean,
they
it
realized
was
that- Yeah, but Alonso, he already retired from the sport, man. That's the thing you got to factor in. He came back to Renault or Alpine, and then he started this project, and then seemingly the project is going well. Okay, let's be honest. They
very
look
well.
they look like a much stronger team than they were when Alonso joined. But I don't know why he's backing out of it and going to Aston.
I definitely know why. I know one of the major reasons.
Money. I think
it's his
money.
teammate, Esteban Ocon. No, it's his teammate, Esteban Ocon. Haven't you seen? There are many pundits right now. I'll send you links as well, where Alonso clearly in the car criticizes Ocon. Not just that. Also, pundits. I mean, have you seen? Okay, during the Hungarian GP, Ocon is here during the start of the GP. I'm saying Ocon is here.
Yeah.
He's starting on the left side of the grid, and Alonso is here. Hamilton is here behind both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Merc does not have a great clutch this season. So it's not like he should get a great start and get past both of them. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct. By turn one, Hamilton is ahead of both of them. Why? Ocon literally from the get-go is looking at he's looking right to see where Alonso is. And the pit wall is there, right?
Yeah.
So Ocon immediately
I saw that. I saw that in the start. He's gonna push.
Exactly. And lap 24 as well, when Ricciardo overtook both of them. Ocon purposely went deep and then cut Alonso back into turn two. He purposely went deep and then cut Alonso's inside line and just allowed Ricciardo to overtake him. So Ocon doesn't seem like the best teammate that you can find right now. And because Alonso openly on the team radio said, I've never had any teammate like this. I've never experienced a teammate like this. What is Esteban doing? And I think one of the main reasons
I have noticed. I mean, the TV directors do not broadcast it, but through inference, I have noticed that Alpine kind of spend their time with we're trying to fight themselves rather than actually progressing through the field, because I feel like in the fifth and sixth could be guaranteed for them every race, or sixth and seventh, but then they don't, because a lot of times the strategy is compromised because of the on-track battles. And I mean, the Belgian Grand Prix was different because they were separated by a few seconds in that, but then they were not together. And I think there's a history with Ocon actually. We saw this in Force India with Sergio as well. Yeah, he never really got along there. So is this a problem Ocon here, or is the problem the common denominator is Ocon, so you can clearly see a case there.
Ocon has a contract till 24, so he seems like the golden boy of the team, right? And he's performing like the golden boy of the team. He's doing really well, very consistent.
Not as well as Alonso, though. I'll give you that. I'll tell you that.
No. Alonso is showing very sporadic, certain performances. Sometimes he's doing well, sometimes he does really bad. But Ocon is there every single race. He's there. Okay, he's there. He is always a threat for an undercut. I
could argue he could extract a little more from that car, because to my eyes, Alonso is always. Whenever he does, go to 100%, he extracts what can be the full potential of the car. And I don't think Ocon regularly meets the thing. He's always at 70%. So I think, personally, I would like a driver that extracts 100%, more often than not.
Yeah, but so Alonso's left, and then came the saga of events that confused all of us. Then Alonso, 2 hours after Vettel announced his retirement, which got me heartbroken for literally 2 weeks. I couldn't think of anything. I still can't think what I'm going to do after. Dude, he's been a role model to me. Anyways, that's a whole different episode.
Yeah,
exactly. So Vettel announced his retirement. 2 hours later, apparently, Alonso signed for Aston Martin. Now, here was the question that certain pundits have been asking. Was Alonso already linked to Aston, and just Vettel's retirement was just a trigger? Because 2 hours is nothing.
Yeah,
He signed the papers
exactly.
in 2 hours.
That
So
means the
probably
papers were already ready, done, good to go.
exactly.
Like
So they were
the
ready,
deal has
and
been
who knows?
done. Like
Yeah, deal was done. Probably they were ready to tell Vettel, brother, we want you to leave. So probably that was ready, but Vettel announced his retirement. He just saved them the effort of asking him to leave.
yeah, and
So,
like honestly, maybe that's what triggered Vettel's retirement.
yeah, probably
Maybe like
the
the
feeling
second
from
he
the
heard
team.
Alonso was in, and he's like, oh, "What's the point of me being here? I'm
Yeah,
busting my balls like for the
for
team
nothing.
for nothing basically, and to be replaced
Quite,
by a driver who in my I mean, if
who's
I were
worse than
Vettel,
me?
yeah, exactly. If I were Vettel, I'd be thinking a driver who's not I mean, in terms of performance level, it's almost the same, if not worse. So why should I even stay? I think maybe that was the final push. I mean, this season's been really bad. I know what kind of performance it can.
Brother, Aston Martin has 24 points. Out of the 24, Vettel has got 20 points.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's been pulling that car beyond what its capabilities are.
yeah,
Anyways, we're
yeah,
digressing too much.
So
Then,
so yeah, after Alonso made his retirement,
yep.
the infamous
I don't know.
announcement of Piastri comes in. Piastri, I mean, the thing about the announcement was nowhere in the announcement has it been mentioned that he's agreed to sign for
Yeah,
Alpine. They said he will be stepping up for the 2023 season. So I think that was the first red flag, and like a lot of people, I mean, so many people ignored it. Like they were just like, "Hey, congrats, mate! Congrats! You're going to be in
what
F1."
Ras so
But then, a few key eagle-eyed people, not me. I congratulated them.
Nor did I. I
Yeah,
felt
I
good for him.
believed it. But then a few eagle-eyed people are like, "Hey, this is fishy," because nowhere in the whole press release does it say he's agreed. And then came the bombshell that he didn't agree. So yeah,
But no,
what do you
here's the thing though. Where Alpine thought they see Alpine have invested in Piastri's career from the get-go.
maybe 4 million?
So
I would say they've invested about 7 million into him.
a lot of
Considering,
money, bro. A
yeah,
lot of money. Okay. So they basically, I think they feel that they control his career.
yeah,
They
like kind of
control
like a
very good.
parent,
Yeah,
like
quite literally. So they thought, fine, Piastri is not going to say no. Our car is pretty good.
yeah,
And he wants an F1 seat. So let's announce. Let's see what happens. And anyways, he's our driver. He's going nowhere. He's our driver. He's our man. We've pumped in a lot of money, so he's pretty good as well. So let's announce him. Then came this bombshell. So I guess what Alpine are thinking is that, say, let's actually take the analogy that Alpine is the parent and Piastri is the son. Quite literally, Alpine have adopted Piastri from an orphanage, and Piastri found his biological parents in McLaren, and he's just like, yeah, brothers, I know you've invested a lot. I know you put a lot of
but
effort,
they gave birth to me, like
but they gave birth to me. So
yeah. But no. I think. I mean, the McLaren deal it's close. It's really
seems
close. I can
exciting.
tell you that. It seems like exciting, and it's really close. I mean, Lando and Piastri would be a really good combination. Two young drivers. So, but
Yeah.
but okay. Not getting too ahead of ourselves. It's really close, but it still could go wrong.
Yeah.
But I would like to bring in Mark Webber into this because
Yeah.
he is Piastri's agent, and he's basically shown the
Biggest
middle finger.
loader. Biggest
Yeah,
loader.
he's shown the middle finger to basically a lot of teams. I mean, this thing doesn't affect just Alpine. A lot of other teams will be looking at this and be like, do we have to deal with this? I mean, do we have to deal with
No, because take
Piastri?
for example, excuse me, but take for example, teams like Williams, they're confused because say Ricciardo has left the team, so that one seat at Alpine is left. So what happens there directly affects what happens at McLaren. What happens there directly affects what happens at Williams. What
The
happens there?
Williams in the whole situation have triggered to extend Albon's contract. They played it safe. They're like, we don't.
They've just, okay, you know, we don't want to be a part of the saga. But what happens there affects Haas. Mick Schumacher. News yesterday came that Mick Schumacher is terminating his Ferrari relationship at the end of this year. He's no longer going to be a Ferrari Academy driver.
I mean,
So
yeah,
what does
I
that
mean,
mean?
obviously, no one wants to drive for Ferrari. I mean, he doesn't want to. It's going to take too long for him to come to that Ferrari
Exactly.
seat. Secondly,
Exactly.
he's seen what Charles is going through right now. He's seen what
quite
Carlos
literally.
is going through, and he's seen what Vettel has gone through.
More than Charles and Carlos, he's seen what Seb has gone through. So he's probably realized, you know,
it's no longer a team that his dad drove for. So he's going to be like, okay. I mean, I do think he will terminate the agreement with Ferrari and he'll stay with Haas. He'll say that's a safe option.
See, maybe stays at Haas. Number 2 option is that again, that's at stay at Haas, because I'll tell you what's another thing that's interesting. Toto Wolff and Helmut Marko have both come out saying that they are right now very closely monitoring Mick's performances and Mick's situation. So could that mean that they want either to, if Hamilton retires, that they want Mick to get into that seat? If Sergio does,
because Mercedes don't have any drivers in their lineup left. Ocon's
other than Ocon, and Ocon seems to
committed to Alpine. He's committed to the Alpine project.
Exactly, and you can't have a driver like Esteban Gutierrez or something coming in driving
or Stoffel or Nick De Vries. They're just not going to work. As much as they Formula E World Championship, they're not. I mean, F1's a different,
breed.
Different breed. So I think this is just a bleed on effect. Like, I mean, really, Alonso's shift to Aston, Vettel's retirement announcement, like basically set a whole deck of cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now here's where
cards fall down.
Here's where things could get dirty. Alpine have said that Piastri is their contracted driver, so they have every right over what he does. So if you're contracted to Alpine, you can't go and do some other skill with another person. That's illegal. But what apparently McLaren have done, without knowing what contractual bindings Piastri has to Alpine, apparently McLaren have signed something with Piastri. Now, if this goes
you can't be
court,
in 2 places at one time.
Exactly. It's not like Piastri is going to drive, oh, bro, 30 laps I'll drive for you, 30 laps I'll drive for them, bro. Scenes I'll do like that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if it goes to court? What is either going to happen is either the court finds that McLaren's contract is null and void and Piastri has to go to Alpine. Now, if this happens, is there going to be bad blood at Alpine? Is there going to be bridges that are slightly broken or burnt?
Because I definitely do think, because Alpine, I mean, they've gone through a restructure, so already there's some kind of instability in the team. I mean, Cyril left, Otmar from a rival team came in, and then there's a lot of internal shakeups with the rebranding and whatnot over the last 2 years. So I think the team is in a very tense situation right now. Whoever they choose to fill that seat with is going to be very important, because that could
what I mean is that will there be broken bridges? Will there be broken bridges? Is the fact that he's basically rejected that seat. So it's like he's gone to say I'm trying to do something. I hit on this one girl. Pretty good chances.
Yeah.
And then I hit on a pretty out of league person.
Yeah.
Chances are there. It seems like chances are there. But at the end of the day, I find out that there are no chances. Now, will there be sour blood between the girl that I first hit on?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the situation.
Because Piastri has just said, brother, I don't want to drive for Alpine. I want to drive for McLaren. A McLaren contract.
I'll see him better for me and whatnot. But is it morally right to? I mean, the team has basically funded your career, like from when you were in Formula Renault. So
it's not fair. It's not fair.
I mean, That is, and secondly, apparently Otmar didn't know about Alonso's retirement until the announcement. So
Now,
is
I'm
that
telling you,
really,
literally 2 hours.
is it
2 hours,
really ethical?
Alonso.
And the contract doesn't take 2 hours to make. It takes probably a week and a half at the
Bro,
earliest.
a lot of time.
At the earliest to make. So for the fact that Otmar didn't know about Alonso's retirement, for the whole duration of the negotiations with Aston and whatnot, it's baffling to me, like that Alonso could be
How unprofessional.
for a lack of better term, unprofessional. Because
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people be like, "Oh, Alonso savage and stuff," but then, I mean, where's the 2 weeks notice, right? Like, where's the 2 weeks notice? And I think in the panic, the panic caused the announcement of Oscar, right? Like they didn't know what to do, so they're like, shit, okay, Oscar Piastri. I mean, that's the only option they can afford, right? Like they can't put Lundgaard in or whatever because Oscar's the main man. So they put in Oscar, and like, yeah, I think it's a bit of it's a really a mixture of things, The whole transfer saga is like, you can see the domino effect, like from the start. It was a slow cook, it was a slow burn, but it's turned into what seems to be like a sort of mess.
There are still two seats which are vacant, which are clearly vacant: the Alpine seat and the McLaren seat.
Yeah,
Now,
the Haas
there's
seats,
another.
there's a lot of
There's another gladiator which has entered this thing. Daniel Ricciardo. Where does he go? What does he do? Now, the fact that Piastri has shown his finger to Alpine, does Ricciardo go back to Renault? Is that a possibility? Now,
I think
Alpine will be thinking.
I mean, it depends on Ricciardo's ego, because he left Renault in really bad terms. He thought he's going to be a world champion, but then he wasn't.
Yeah.
But Alpine are a much better team than they were, when Ricciardo left. When Alonso really changed the team. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So for Ricciardo, the only way to be competitive at the same level, because Alpine are ahead of McLaren, he's going to go back. I think going back to Alpine makes a lot of sense. But again, it's an ego clash now. Like for Alpine, they'd be like, you didn't trust the process. Why are you coming back? And for Ricciardo, he's like, I already left this team. Do I have to go back and put a sorry face, basically?
Yeah.
But in a crisis like this, at Alpine, they wouldn't mind. Like they'd say,
having an 8-time race.
What? The past is the past.
Yeah.
We're happy to let you race for the next 2 seasons of your career, and you can retire in peace.
And that's why I asked you also. I may sound silly, but is there a chance that Sebastian Vettel may fill that Alpine seat?
Oh, I think no. I think Vettel's like happy retiring. I think like genuinely, from what he said, it makes sense.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Okay, I think again, let's reserve that for another episode. But
I think Ricciardo going to that Alpine seat seems the most likely, and I think Ricciardo leaving McLaren was sort of the domino effect of Piastri negotiating with McLaren, and Mark Webber. I think Mark Webber's influence over McLaren as well. All that politics is what led to the Ricciardo leaving and being without a seat for next year. As of now, as of recording this podcast, the Belgian Grand Prix, that is. And I would like to come back to a topic, the Mick Schumacher scenario. Mick could very well be a Mercedes driver in the next 2 years. Will he be? Is he the right choice? I don't know, but is he good? Is he a good value for the brand that is Mercedes? Yes, because according to a lot of reports, a lot of people at the higher ups and at Mercedes are kind of annoyed with the way how British everything is at Mercedes. They're based in the UK. They have two of the best British drivers. Sorry, Lando, but two of the best British drivers, and basically everyone's British there, and they want to change.
No. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the side of Mercedes that is questioning this is Daimler. Daimler is the company
Daimler, the higher ups basically.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Even Toto Wolff is Austrian. He's not German. So
Yeah.
I mean, I could see why they would want a little more control. I mean, the success has been like fathomable. But yeah, I think they would like to have success their way. And we've seen these reports come often, Vettel to Mercedes. Daimler really wanted Vettel.
Man, and it is so close as well. It was this close.
Yeah. And remember, when Mercedes started, it was Schumacher and Rosberg, two German drivers.
Yeah.
So
could it be Vettel and Schumacher? Could it be Vettel and Schumacher and Rosberg? Have we just confirmed it?
Not happening. Don't hype everyone up, man. Don't please don't. Behind that smile is a face full of pain.
No, you don't understand. No, but on a serious note, though, Mick to Mercedes seems plausible, seems realistic. He's very good. He's really quick, aggressive. He's one thing that I really like about him in general, which is far beyond anything else, is the fact that he's a really good team man. How do I say it? Apparently, his Haas engineers and everybody say that the kind of environment Mick brings into the team is this really loving, positive, go-getting environment at Haas. At least this side of the garage.
Yeah, he's basically a nice guy.
Yeah, at this side of the garage. So, and I'm sure Merck would love that. And obviously, the Schumacher would bring in a lot of money, I'm sure, into the Merck team. And what more do you want?
I mean, it'll sell a lot of cars.
Yeah, they'll sell a lot of cars. Probably they could hope for Ocon to change his mind. But it seems like Alpine are on the trajectory to be world champions. And I'm not even kidding. They seem like they are on the trajectory to be world champions. And
I wouldn't bet on it. Red Bull are like leagues ahead. You don't know. I mean, Red Bull seems so far superior to any other team right now.
That is also okay. At least P2, P3 in the championship seems plausible.
Yeah, P3
in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah,
exactly. So so let's list out the drivers who are within this saga of moving of drivers right now. And there's one driver who we've missed completely, who has
Gasly.
The one that runs.
Oh, Stroll.
Nicholas Latifi.
Latifi. I've seen a lot of reports saying this could be his last season in F1.
I'll be honest.
He's been very sad. The end of last season, he came to a lot of form. He was really good. I would say he was pretty good, almost as good as Russell. But I don't know. He's just fallen off the.
I'll be honest. I really like Latifi. He's pretty good. He knows what he's doing. He's not a joker unlike Stroll or someone. Anyways, so let's list out the drivers which are in the part of the moving parts. Latifi. You have Guan Yu Zhou. You have
no. Zhou I think is set for another year at Alpha.
Is he?
Yeah, he
check
is.
Once.
I think he is. Alpha realistically have no options.
Give me a second. Let me check.
I think Zhou is contracted for another season.
Let me just check. Contract length 2022.
No, it's only a year. But then there are reports that say Zhou is not worried about the contract for next year. I think he will get it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get it.
So
okay.
Realistically,
so let's remove Zhou.
Yeah.
So again, let's start. Latifi. Then you have Mick. You then have Pias-co. You have Ricciardo. You have that's it. These 4 drivers are the integral part of the whole moving of teams in for this season in general. So where they land, who they land, and if they land is another question. Whether Latifi will land a seat, who knows? Whether Mick will land a seat, who knows? Whether Ricciardo will land a seat, who knows? And whether Pias-co will land a seat, who knows? Because again, there could be a surprise signing out of absolutely nowhere. We could find some guy coming in. So you can't be very sure of what's happening, right? So, but yeah, I think that wraps up the whole.
I just want to add one thing. I mean,
Go ahead.
Again, reports over the last few weeks. I mean, there's constant reports, but Alpine look to sign Gasly.
Yeah,
Makes
Alpine
sense.
look to sign
Complete.
Gasly.
I've been saying this for a year and a half.
But Helmut Marko came out saying on RTL TV saying that Gasly's contract does not have an exit clause, and he's contracted till 2023. So he has to drive for 2023 with AlphaTauri as well. What they hope is that Perez loses his, at least these were some pundits are saying, Perez loses his, what is that, feeling of coming second to Max always, and probably quits the team by 23. And that's when they promote Gasly to that Red Bull seat.
Or
there's another driver. Oh, by the way, there's another driver who we've all forgotten, who is actually at big risk of losing his seat. It's Gasly's teammate, Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda as well. Yeah,
he's been doing absolutely atrocious this season.
But then,
very.
But who do Red Bull have to promote? I mean, they could do a.
They could do a Perez. They could bring in somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, and that could be Ricciardo.
That could be Mick. That
could be
Mick's chance to prove himself.
Could be Mick's chance to go to Red Bull and
exactly. So there are a lot of moving parts. Seems interesting because Yuki Tsunoda has been doing again. Let me be honest. I've never liked him as such. He's never.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan. I always think he should have done a second season in F2. That was
F2. Yeah.
He should have done that second season in F2.
He's not been that exciting. If anything, I may seem stupid. If anything, if somehow Red Bull can bring back Daniel Kvyat, I will thank them for bringing Daniel Kvyat back.
But then Kvyat is very doing NASCAR, man. He's so far away from F1. He's so far away from the scene. Oh, Kimi as well did NASCAR and DNF. And Watkins too.
Yeah, but very disappointing. He came from 27. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Segment is a championship over.
Definitely. Is that even a question? I've not seen this even. Okay, just my statement on this is I've never seen this level of performance from either Hamilton or Vettel in the last 10 years. Schumacher as well. I don't know. I've not seen Schumacher race, but I don't think he's ever come from. I don't think so. When he starts, 17th on the grid, you can say he'll win the race. I told to myself as soon as the first safety car came out in the Belgian Grand Prix.
He's won it.
He's won it. I mean, he's simply inevitable. Like
he's in a friggin' rocket ship, man. On the straights, he's gaining without the DRS as well. He's just overtaking left, right, center. Yeah. And there's this new meme, where thank you for saving us. This kid tells to Verstappen cutout. Like I have not saved. It's just new under new management.
Yeah.
So. Is this going to be another Hamilton Mercedes?
Yeah, I think
if it is, then again, I'm bored of F1.
Yeah, exactly. I was so bored already. Like shit. This isn't fun. This isn't fun.
Ferrari.
This isn't
Ferrari.
How
much they messed up.
Shit. Okay, my earphone fell out. Okay. Sorry,
how
guys.
Ferrari messed up everything is very disappointing. They had the chance. They had
I don't think they have the right to say they have the second fastest car anymore as well. They don't have the fastest car. They don't have the fastest car.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're just really bad. I mean, they're pathetic. I mean, okay, for Leclerc's race, it was different. They had to pit early because of the tear-off and whatnot. But come on, man, like they ruined Sainz's pace. Sainz has basically non-existent race pace. Leclerc too. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, even after that pit stop, he was stuck behind the DRS train.
It's not just been the Belgian GP. Sainz has had no race pace the entire season.
Yeah, exactly. it's a question, man. Like, I don't think you can look at the drivers anymore. Like the way the team's functioning, you can't blame it on the drivers because I mean, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they go onto tires by mistake.
The only two drivers that can save Ferrari today. Can you guess the driver pairing that I think can win the championship if they drive a Ferrari from the beginning?
Jimmy Bly and Ricky Bobby.
No.
For you, movie enthusiasts, you know who they are. You know who they are.
ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರು Vettel and ನಮ್ಮ other guru Alonso.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You bring God also. You bring
The
God.
only two drivers I can say Ferrari to do.
Macha, you bring God also. Like you put you put the second coming of Jesus in the 10th avatar of Vishnu also. It won't happen. Yeah. Won't happen.
Talking about Jesus, one driver we totally forgot to mention.
Oh yes, dude. Yes, Italian Jesus, bro. Antonio Giovinazzi.
He is in the mix.
He is in the mix. He's in the mix. He could go. There's a lot of reports linking him to Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mick could leave. They could sign Haas. All within the boundaries of reality.
Yeah. Anyways, we should have thought of it before.
Yeah. But okay,
Yeah.
Championship could be sealed by Singapore for me easily.
And that's exactly I told what's gonna happen. I told in the third race of the
didn't believe him.
championship will be sealed in Singapore.
I mean, if he's gonna win Monza, he's gonna win. He's gonna win Zandvoort. He's gonna win Monza.
Very easily.
Yeah, and then Singapore is just gonna be stolen.
You know what Red Bull should do?
You know what? I am worried. He's gonna beat Vettel's 9 in a row record.
No. That's not happening.
9 in a dude. It's very possible. Who's that? Who's gonna win? No matter. I mean, we saw
Leclerc, Guru Leclerc.
I mean, we saw that. Like even with engine penalties, he's able to win a race. Like,
you know what Vettel should do? If Verstappen has won 8 in a row and Verstappen is overtaking,
park it at the formation lap and like take him out there only. Like, anyways,
go off, man.
Do the sports.
Anyways, what big deal?
My record. That's all. One record I have.
Bro, oh Jesus! But yeah, championship is over. I think championship is over now for 22, 23, 24, 25. Championship.
Yeah, we're in the dark era of F1 again.
Yeah, we're back in the we're under new management.
Yeah, exactly. It's just yeah. I mean, it's like the Empire now. Like the Empire has gone out, and now the First Order is there. For you, Star Wars.
Could Mercedes bring it back next year? Hopefully, I would love.
I think Mercedes will come really strong. Hamilton doesn't look to be retiring. I mean, his wheel-to-wheel driving seems to be a little off. It's been off since last year, in fact. But yeah, I think Hamilton is still looking strong, and George Russell is definitely fueling his performance, like fueling his motivation. But you gotta question when will Hamilton retire as well? You know, at one point,
he's 39.
Yeah, at one point, I mean, something in the team's got to change. I mean, if say, 23 is not guaranteed that Mercedes will develop. So I think if 23 is another season like this for Mercedes, I think they'll choose to. They'll say, look, buddy, Hamilton, you're the best driver in F1 that F1's had, but you know we need to change something in the teams to bring new success.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure he'll understand as well.
Yeah, I mean, he'll realize that like he's done enough. 103 wins, some X number of podiums, and like just wait.
184.
184 podiums, man. Like people die for one, and like this guy's gone and done 184. So I mean, so I think Hamilton will understand and it's not like he has nothing to look forward to. He has a lot of things that he's invested in. He has his own racing team and stuff like that. So I think I think post F1 life will be pretty comfortable for Hamilton,
Yeah.
And speaking of post F1 life, I didn't mention Kimi. Kimi's Nascar.
Kimi. So let's talk about Kimi's Nascar encounter. He qualified.
This race wasn't in an oval, by the way. It wasn't going around in circles. It was at the Watkins Glen International, which was an F1 track back in the 70s.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic,
pretty good track.
Super track.
Exactly.
I love it. I love to drive it on the sim whenever I do get the chance. But
it was raining. It was wet.
Yeah, it was a wet race. He
He
qualified
qualified.
P27.
Yeah, 27. He
Out of
climbed up to
out of
9.
out of like 38 drivers, I believe.
But I mean, it's pretty good considering that he barely had any, you know, he
Testing
barely
and
had
all
any
that.
laps. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's a
But then,
completely different, structure. He made his way up
yeah,
to
man,
P10. I mean, it was a pretty good
P9, 9.
P9, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and then got
that's
hit by a
phenomenal.
Merca. Merca hit him.
Mark, his teammate apparently.
Yeah, his own teammate hit him.
Yeah.
What was he doing? God only knows.
I don't
He
know
broke
about that.
so late. He broke like 10 meters faster.
Yeah,
Braking zone. And just,
like,
Merca, you know how we do.
America, yeah, we don't do breaks. We don't touch
You
it.
know, we go straight and we launch. And
Yeah,
we
and
win.
then, yeah, yeah, and then he ended up on the grass and DNF'd. But yeah, I think Kimi is just chilling now. I
Yeah,
think
brother.
I think Ferrari might sign him for the hypercar project they have. They might
Hopefully,
sign him in Vettel.
Kimi and Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel.
Oh, a dominating lap off. That's the dream. That's something I've always wanted.
I'll stop watching F1. I'll stop watching F1.
Yeah, just stay glued onto the screen for 24 hours. Yeah, I think that's a high possibility as well.
Yeah, very high possibility. But yeah, let's move on to certain teams like Ferrari. Is there any point in concentrating on this year anymore? Should they switch their focus to 23?
I think
Or
Ferrari should just start concentrating.
Focus.
Should just,
Like you said, I knew you.
should just focus. Yeah, I mean that's like okay. The teams that should jump ship to 23 would be basically most of the midfield.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to gain in this season. I mean, this season is just data collection, right? Like the end goal is to be competitive by 24 and 20. Yeah, I think they should focus on. I think most of the midfield teams should focus on 23. Your usual candidates like Aston and McLaren and all of them should. Yeah. Red Bull would. I mean, their foot is off the gas. Would be relatively off the gas, and they don't need to do much. I mean, they'll bring in upgrades. They'll bring in upgrades as usual just to test the performance for the 23 season.
Yeah.
Because
there's not much of a difference between the 22 and 23 season.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I mean the fuel, I think the fuel stuff and
fuel
all
intake.
That. Yeah. So I think generally, as a grid, on average, they'll be looking at 23 because it's almost the same. It's a similar situation with 20 and 21, right? Like similar regulation, similar cars. So it does make sense to focus with only 9 races to go, and what more can you extract from this car? Like I think it's really stupid to try to work up something new for this set of cars. I think they've reached the peak.
Yeah.
I think even Mercedes, they are moving at an upward trajectory, but they're not going to compete for the championship. Why waste resources?
Exactly. Why waste resources? One topic that we've completely missed out so far, which I just remember.
Audi?
Yes.
Audi. I was saving it for the last. I was saving the best for the last. Audi have announced.
Let's talk about that now.
Okay, so the Volkswagen the group have finally bit the bait. They've taken the bait and they're investing in Formula One now. With Porsche signing a 50% agreement with Red Bull. How that's going to work, I think that's a separate. We're going to talk about that towards the end of the season. But Audi is going to lead a team, a factory team. It's going to be a factory Audi team. They have what, 4 years to develop their facilities.
4 years.
First of all, I would say well done, Audi. Congrats. This is good news. Secondly, I think FIA.
Bring in Vettel.
No, hold on. I think FIA are playing it like a little dirty to me because Andretti could have easily come into F1. But
I don't know why.
Yeah,
Man,
because
FI started saying, there is
I
no
think
point.
FI is just
They started making it
Eurocentric.
expensive.
It's inherently Eurocentric.
Yeah.
They just want European players, European. I mean,
Hmm.
Audi is a huge European. I mean, Audi is a huge European car manufacturer. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And investing in F1 will greatly benefit their, combustion engine technologies and their road car technologies. Right? They're gonna implement that into their car, and it's gonna turn into profit for them. I mean, that's the angle that Audi are gonna approach
We'll be
F1.
looking at, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Eurocentricity of F1 is I mean it's always been that. I mean from 1950, but with the whole we races one portrayal of things and whatnot. I mean I would have loved to see Andretti come into the sport. I mean Andretti are a huge name in motorsport, not just because of Mario Andretti and his son. They do have multiple teams and multiple championships across
Yeah,
the
exactly.
world. They're a huge investment brand as well. So I would have, I would like to say that seeing Andretti would have been a dream, almost a dream come true. Second, and I mean, coming back to Audi is not to take that entry away. I mean, desperately been needing a new team for the last the 7 years, 8 years. We desperately needed those two extra seats. So Audi coming in, I think it's stable investment. I mean, they do have financial resources to back the team, and with the budget cap, it makes more sense. So it's going to be Audi versus Porsche. The rivalry is going to continue into
Start
F1.
again.
Yeah, which is nice to see, although they're from the Volkswagen group, so they're just two brothers just fighting. But I think it's fantastic to see. Who the rivals are gonna be, I don't know. I don't think Vettel. I mean, everyone's saying bring back Vettel, German car, German team.
I genuinely feel it's happening.
I don't think so, man. I really don't
See,
think so. I think
2026, now he's 35 now, okay, 22. In 2026, he'll
39.
be
They're gonna sign him
38,
39. 39.
Yeah, come on, come on.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
it makes sense, but I don't know. Another aspect
Anyway.
about Audi entering into F1 is a lot of German fans will relate to Audi because they'll be based out of Germany instead of the UK like Mercedes. So they're finally going to be a German team in the sport.
Like
That's
a
what they're saying.
thoroughbred,
Proper,
like not like this posers of Mercedes who are basically British but pose as German. Audi wants to have their base in Germany. In I think Stuttgart somewhere. I am not very sure.
Yeah. No, Stuttgart is Porsche.
Yeah, Stuttgart. I
think
exactly.
Frankfurt is Audi, if I'm not wrong.
So they want to have their base in Germany. They want to have their staff German. They want to be thoroughbred German. They want to be a thoroughbred German.
I think 100 years ago we saw this. We saw the same thing.
Hey, brother.
100 years ago. A quick blast to the past.
Let's not.
Okay, but I think Audi could sign Mick. Mick could sign
Vettel.
Could sign Vettel. Could sign Ricciardo.
Could sign Ricciardo. Could sign Kimi.
Could sign any of the Formula 2 drivers. This is cheaper for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so who knows? What if Porsche have a deal with some other engine manufacturer, not like some other team saying that you field in our academy drivers and we'll pay you this.
Yeah.
You just be the like the stepping stone.
There's so many combinations. I think it's too early, but it's good to see Audi finally come into F1. It's a big name. Big name.
Yeah, because they took a long time to.
But Audi have also pulled out of Formula E.
Yeah, exactly. Because
so one thing I would like to say, I mean, generally in the car industry, are the car manufacturers losing faith with electric and looking at F1 sustainable fuels as a solution?
Engine.
The sustainable fuels, the zero emission fuels, it definitely seems like the future because the whole case with lithium is that you can't really dispose it. You can't, lithium. To source lithium is a very expensive process and a very unethical one. There's a lot of shady stuff going on.
Dirty stuff involved.
Yeah, in the mines, in the lithium mines. So a company wouldn't exactly want to be associated with that. The thing is, people are getting aware of stuff, and there's going to be time where everything will be revealed. So it's basically safety. And the thing is, what are you going to do with your pre-existing internal combustion fuels and no in the industrial combustion engines? Okay, sorry, combustion
I
engines.
see.
You're not gonna. I mean, to dispose of them is going to be a huge task, right?
Headache.
For the governments across the world and whatnot. But then sustainable fuels where you can just you don't have to tweak the engine at all. You can just straight up use it. Is going to be far more economical, far more feasible, and whatnot.
Smarter.
It's smarter. I mean, you can just
and for us, let's say petrol fans.
Yeah,
we love the vibration of the engine. I like the vibration of the engine. I don't want my
exactly. I want that manual
transmission.
transmission. I want that
exactly.
sound of the engine. So I'm all for synthetic engines. I mean, zero emissions, whatnot. I don't care. The car just has to make that boom sound. That's all. It just has to go boom instead of some squish. It shouldn't sound like some RC car. But yeah, I think definitely Audi and Porsche have come into F1 with the aim of making these sustainable fuels. Net zero carbon by 2030 is the aim for F1. 2026, they're gonna introduce the zero emission fuel. Coincidentally, the same year Audi is gonna join. So connect the dots, and you can see Audi's intentions behind joining F1.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Seems like exciting times are up ahead. But when I say exciting times, I say only 26 because it seems like it's going to be Max Verstappen and Red Bull till 25.
I think
if it is,
I really feel Max is going to win 5 world championships by the end of his career, at least, at the least.
Yeah, at least.
Because
he just seems on the top of his game. It's not like, I still remember last year I said this is not how you drive for a world championship, aggressive and just diving out of nowhere for the overtake. Now he's so chill, he's so calm on the.
There's no competition for him.
Yeah, exactly, and it just seems like Vettel-esque, 2013 Vettel, where you just put him in the car, he's just gonna finish. It's not about who comes first anymore; it's about who comes second, third.
Yeah.
So if that is how it is, then congrats Verstappen for being world champion already. FWD,
congrats. Yeah.
We already know what's going to happen, so it's not any surprise.
Yeah.
On a whole, it's not going to be a great season for me, considering that my boy is leaving at the end of this year.
I mean, that's true. It's gonna be a whole different era to F1. I mean, okay. Yeah, not to get ahead of ourselves. There's still time to.
Yeah, exactly.
To go, but I think we've wrapped up this podcast. Yeah,
we've wrapped up it well.
We've wrapped it up. Yeah.
It's been a wonderful talk. This one.
Yeah.
Because it's been more abstract rather than what's actually happened on
track. It's been more speculation. I mean, it's really nice to connect the dots and get a series of the domino effect that is F1. And see you guys in the next one. We don't know when. Hopefully when something interesting happens in the world of Formula 1, we'll be there to talk about it. See you guys. Ciao.